What's happening in Puerto Rico could serve as a case study of what's happening in other U.S. territories, like here at home.
Guam is in the same boat. We don't have 3 or 4 million people. We're very small.
A subcommittee on insular affairs held a hearing today to discuss the relationship between the current economic crisis gripping Puerto Rico and the unresolved issue of political status. According to Puerto Rico Congressman Pedro Pierluisi, the U.S. territory has more U.S. citizens than 21 states and is $73 billion in debt, which they blame on their territorial status.
My constituents cannot vote for president, have no senators, and have a non-voting delegate in the House.
Among the representatives from the U.S. territories, no one knows that better than Guam delegate Madeline Bordallo, who her congressional colleagues from the territories call the dean.
I want to go on record as saying that the life of a territorial delegate in the United States Congress is the most frustrating job you would have ever expected it to be. When your colleagues are going over to vote, you're standing there watching them. And they say, why don't you go to vote? I said, well, we don't vote. Oh, that's right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I sympathize in everything that's being said here.
Likewise, American Samoa Congresswoman Amua Amata spoke in solidarity and frustration with how the territories are being treated. Just recently, a federal court of appeals rejected arguments attorneys made in a case claiming the national citizenship clause in the U.S. Constitution applies in American Samoa and all other unincorporated U.S. territories.
So once again, the courts have confirmed that U.S. nationals in American Samoa and U.S. nationals from Puerto Rico and the 3 other unincorporated territories are required to relocate to a state of the Union to secure full and equal rights and duties of U.S. citizenship.
The court ruling was yet another example of the constitutional barriers unincorporated territories and U.S. citizens living in them face on their path toward equality. Former Governor of Puerto Rico, Luis Fortuño.
What it means is that it grants Congress carte blanche to essentially do whatever it wants with the U.S. citizens residing in the territories.
Subcommittee Chairman Don Young from Alaska pledged his support to push the resolution of Puerto Rico's political status forward.
The status quo cannot exist. The fairness to Americans, the unfairness to Americans is not being listened to by this Congress, and I think the responsibility to the people of Puerto Rico.
Hopefully, the same can be extended to Guam, where America's Day begins.
Like our brothers and our sisters in Puerto Rico, the people of Guam aspire to determine our political future and fully exercise our right to self-determination.